Interview 1.
Welcome to Green City Talks. Today, we're discussing the rise of urban gardening with Ms. Emily, a community garden coordinator. Ms. Emily, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to talk about urban gardening.
Urban gardening seems to be growing in popularity, especially in large cities. Can you tell us why this trend is becoming so widespread?
Sure, urban gardening is becoming more popular because it allows people living in cities to grow their own fresh produce, even if they don't have access to large plots of land. It's also a way for communities to come together, learn about sustainable practices, and improve their local environment. With increasing awareness about the importance of eating organic and locally grown food, more city dwellers are taking up gardening as a hobby or even as a way to supplement their diets.
What are some of the benefits of urban gardening for individuals and communities?
On an individual level, gardening can be a relaxing and rewarding activity. It's a great way to reduce stress, get some exercise, and enjoy the satisfaction of growing your own food. For communities, urban gardens can provide access to fresh produce in areas where it might otherwise be difficult to find. They also create green spaces in urban areas which help improve air quality and reduce the urban heat island effect. Additionally, urban gardening promotes social interaction and cooperation as people work together to grow and maintain the garden.
That sounds wonderful. Are there any challenges that people face when starting an urban garden?
Yes, there are definitely challenges. One of the biggest is finding space. In cities, land is often scarce and expensive, so many people have to be creative with where they plant, using rooftops, balconies, or even windowsills. Another challenge is the initial cost of setting up a garden, especially if you need to invest in containers, soil, and tools. Lastly, urban gardens can sometimes face issues with pests and pollution, but with careful planning, these challenges can usually be managed. Interview 2.
Welcome to Books and Beyond. Today, we're discussing the resurgence of independent bookstores with Mr. Daniel, the owner of a successful independent bookstore in the city. Mr. Daniel, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Over the past few years, we've seen more independent bookstores opening, despite the rise of e-books and online retailers. Why do you think this is happening?
That's right, it's an interesting trend. While ebooks and online retailers have definitely made it easier for people to access books, many readers still crave the experience of visiting a physical bookstore. Independent bookstores offer a sense of community that you can't get from an online purchase. People enjoy browsing the shelves, discovering new books, and having conversations with knowledgeable staff. Many bookstores also host events like author readings and book clubs, which help to create a loyal customer base.
So, it's about more than just buying books.
Exactly, independent bookstores are about creating a space for readers to connect with literature and with each other. It's also worth mentioning that many independent bookstores prioritize stocking a diverse selection of books, often supporting local authors and small publishers. This helps bring unique, sometimes overlooked voices to the forefront, which you might not always find on the shelves of larger retailers.
What are some of the challenges independent bookstores face in today's market?
The biggest challenge is competing with large online retailers that can offer deep discounts and have vast inventories. Independent bookstores can't always match those prices, but we try to make up for it by offering personalized service and a welcoming environment. There are also challenges related to the rising costs of rent and utilities, especially in big cities. But many bookstore owners are finding creative ways to make it work, including hosting events and offering services like subscription boxes.
Interview 3.
Welcome to Festival Insights. Today, we're talking about the economic impact of music festivals with Ms. Laura, a researcher who studies the financial effects of large events on local economies. Ms. Laura, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Music festivals seem to be more popular than ever. Can you explain how these events impact the local economy?
Absolutely. Music festivals can have a significant economic impact on the areas where they're held. These events attract thousands of visitors, many of whom spend money on things like accommodation, food, transportation, and souvenirs. This influx of tourists benefits local businesses, especially small ones such as hotels, restaurants, and shops. In addition to the direct spending by attendees, festivals also create jobs, both temporary and permanent, in areas like event planning, security, and marketing.
So, music festivals are more than just entertainment, they're economic drivers.
Exactly, they play a major role in boosting local economies, particularly in smaller towns or rural areas where tourism might otherwise be limited. For example, festivals that take place in the off-season can help provide a financial boost during a typically slow period. However, it's important to note that the benefits aren't always evenly distributed. Some businesses may see more of an uptick in sales than others, depending on their location or the type of festival.
Are there any downsides to hosting music festivals?
Yes, while the economic benefits are clear, there can be some negative impacts as well. One major issue is the environmental footprint of large-scale events, including waste production and the strain on local resources like water and electricity. Additionally, if a festival grows too large, it can lead to overcrowding, which might put pressure on infrastructure and negatively affect residents' quality of life. That's why it's important for organizers to work closely with local governments to ensure that festivals are sustainable and benefit everyone involved.